Yo guys, what's going on? It's BaiN and welcome back to another FIFA 20 video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do the whole LIGA NOS SBC for as cheap as possible. If you're new, then remember to drop a like, subscribe and turn on notifications to be updated every single time I upload a new video for you guys. So the rewards for the LIGA NOS SBC are as follows. Battaglia and Nakajima, both 84 rated. However, Battaglia is obviously part of Hullet Gang because 83 pace, 86 dribbling, 81 shooting, 83 defending, 80 passing and 87 physical. And then Nakajima's got 93 pace, 87 dribbling, 84 shooting, 42 defending, 80 passing and 61 physical. Now besides the physical, Nakajima's insane, and Battaglia all round for a centre mid is absolutely mental. So I would advise you do this one, especially if you have like an Argentinian team. Battaglia is a good link with Messi, depending on your formation. But either way, that is a very, very strong centre midfielder for you there. So, pretty decent. Like, for the price as well, definitely. So, I'm going to head over to FUTBIN to show you the squad that you can use for the first two. We're going to do it in twos, as otherwise my PC will crash. So first of all, as you can see, the first two, you get a small rare silver players pack and a premium mixed players pack. You need 10 Belenessence players with 66 rating and 11 Boavista players with 70 rating. So let's head over to FUTBIN. So first of all, the whole SBC overall cost, it does cost about 135k without price fixing at this current moment in time. So if we head into the OS Belenenses squad, here it is. The players you need are Diaguino, Casiera, Farage, Kikas, Benny, Jonathan Luca, Akaz, Gonzalo, Silva, Aurora Sama, and Coffee. For the full player price list, this costs about 3.5k. You got Diaguino, 200 coins. Actually, do you know what? We're going to get this done as fast as possible for you. So if you want the full player price list, then pause the video now. There you go. Right, now moving on to the second squad, which is Boavista. It costs about 7k, and the players you can use are NG, Stolshivkovic, Roberto Tavares, Rafael Costa, Bueno, Matias, Marlon, Lucas, Brackley, Ricardo Costa, and Edu Mercado. And for the full player price list, it's there. 3, 2, 1. That was your time to pause the video. Now heading back over to the next two SBCs. As you can see, this one you need 5 Tondola players, 11 LIGA NOS players, you need 68 rating, and you get a premium silver players pack. And then for the next one, Desportivo Alves, you need 4 of their players, 11 LIGA NOS players, and 67 rating. And then on top of that, you also get a small rare silver players pack in return. So not the worst, but again, not the best, especially for the price that you're about to find out what it is. So heading into the first one, which is Tondola, it costs around 3.5k. The players you want are Xavier, Castillo, Murillo, Bruno Monteiro, Jaquite, João Pedro, Pite, Felipe Ferreira, Pedro Silva, Johan Tavares, and Mufi. And our full player price list is there. If you need it, then pause now. You've got a few seconds. There you go. And then this is the next squad, which is Desportivo Alves. This one does currently cost around 12k, which is pretty expensive, and it is quite annoying. But that is because this cam here is 8.5k. So if you switch out this cam with, this guy, just get Pepe, whatever his name is, switch him out, that takes off 8k. So this SBC will cost you about 3k. Just don't use him. I'm telling you now, do not use this guy. Other than that, use Wellington Jr., Caraba, Estrella, Claudio Falcao, Ruben Oliviero, Eric Duzagla, Bernadette, Merimic, Afonso Figueiredo. So yeah, do not use this cam. Use any other centre mid in the LIGA NOS and it will work. For the full player price, this is there. Again, ignore this guy for 8k at the bottom. Okay, moving on to the next two. Okay, so scroll down, you got Family Cow and FC Porto. So you get a premium silver players pack for the first one with, you need 5 of their players and you need 66 rating. And then for Porto, you need the full 11 players and 73 rating. So you'd actually expect this one to be the most expensive squad, as it is Porto. It's also a well-known squad. It's not just a random Portuguese team, and in return you get gold players back. Now for the price, not worth it, but actually the price has dropped on this SBC, so but it probably is worth it in return for the player at the end. So if we head back over to FUTBIN, the first squad, which is Familia Cow here, costs you about 3k, and the players you want are Andre Ferreira, Shipiakase, Pedro Gonçalves, Rasic, Fete, Rochinha, Canate, Federico Venancio, Eduardo Quaresma, Timon, and Luis Maximiano. Now the full player price is there. If you need it, pause now. Now moving on to the second squad. This squad is Porto. Now this one costs about 6.5k. The players you want are Z Luiz, Abubakar, Nakajima, Uribe, Sergio Olivieri, Waris, Corona, Macano, Machesin, Mbembe, and Wilson Manafa. Now for the full player price, this is there. If you need it, then pause now. Then moving on, we've got the next two squads, which is Gil Vicente being the first one. Now this one you actually get a better pack than the last one. You get a premium gold pack, but you only need 4 of their players and 67 ratings. So I don't know why that is. I don't know how they've worked that out, but I guess it's a higher return, so may as well do that one. And then the next one, you need 10 of the Maritimo players with 68 rating, and you get a small gold players pack in return. So these aren't the best packs, but for the player you're getting at the end, I definitely think it's worth it. So for the first one, Gil Vicente, the squad that you can use is this one. So you want Sandro Lima, Crev, João Afonso, Lorence, Claudio Gonçalves, Barre, Eric, Ruben Fernandez, Dennis Rodrigao, Yagor Niguera. Now that costs about 5k, and there's your full player price list, so if you need it, then pause now. Then moving on to the second squad, this one is Maritimo. The players you want are Rodrigo Pina, Maida, Getterson, John Clay, Vukovic, Andre Tellez, Ruben Ferreira, Douglas Grolly, Zenadine, and Abedzadeh. This one costs about 3.5k, and your full player price is there. If you need it, then pause now. Now heading back, these are the next two squads. You've got Morense FC and Pacos Ferreira. Then you get a premium gold pack for Morense FC. You need 9 of their players and 67 rating. It doesn't even have to be fully Liga NOS, but I think for chemistry it has to anyway, so there's no point in that requirement. And then Pacos Ferreira, you need 11 Liga NOS players, 5 of their players, and 66 rating. And in return, you get a small rare silver players pack, which again isn't the best, but for the player that you get at the end goal, it is pretty decent. So moving on, the first squad, Morense FC. You want Nene, Luis Mercado, Tixeri, Fabio, Pacheco, Singh, João Auriello, Stephen Vittoria, Rosic, and Javan for 5.5k. Your full player price list is there. If you want it, then pause now. Rosic is obviously 2k. I don't think you actually need Rosic, so you can switch him out for another Liga NOS centre back. I think any Liga NOS centre back. So him, you can switch him out. And then moving on to the second squad, which is Pacos Ferreira. You can use Murillo Freitas, Dadashov, Yago, Rafael Gava, Eduardo Henrique, Dumbia, Luis Neto, Zenadine, Ricardo Ribeiro, Felipe Sampaio, and João Auriello. This costs about 5k, and your full play price is there. If you want it, then pause now. Right, and then moving down to the next two, you've got Portimonense and Rio Ave. Now, I think the Portimonense squad on FUTBIN is broken, so give me 2 seconds. Oh, sorry, I had to cough. The Portimonense squad, oh, it's fixed now. We're all good. Oh, I made the squad, that's why it's fixed. I forgot about that. But yeah, so you get a premium silver players pack for that. You need 11 of their players and 67 rating. And then for Rio Ave, you need 11 of their players, 68 rating. And you get a premium gold pack, which is a pretty decent return. So the first one, Portimonense, is Martinez, Iori, Paulinho, Cevallos, Pedro Sá, Iago Oliveira, Hackman, Rodrigo Freitas, Ricardo Ferreira, Jadson, and Henrique for 4.5k. And your full player price list is there. If you need it, then pause now. And then moving on to the next squad, this is Rio Ave FC. So you got Ronan, Bruno Moreira, Diego Lopez, Tarantini, Felipe Augusto, Carlos Alves, Najak, Borevkovic, Paulo Vitor, Nelson Monte, and Junior for 4.9k, and there's your full player price. If you need it, then pause now. Sorry if I keep muting my mic, I keep coughing. Right, and now you got Santa Clara and SC Braga. So Santa Clara, you get a small rare silver players pack, and you need 11 other players and 68 rating. And then SC Braga, you actually get a small prime gold players pack in return, but you have to give 11 Braga players with 72 rating. So you expect this one to also be on the more expensive end, as it's another team that you've probably heard of as well. So the first squad, sorry I didn't show you the packs, you get a small prime gold players pack and a small rare silver players pack. So here we are, here's the squads. So for Santa Clara, Stevens, Avuna, Ukra, Francisco Ramos, Lucas Marquez, Z Manuel, Mamadou Kande, Cesar, João Afonso, Marco Roca, Andre Ferreira for 4.8k. There's your full player price list. Pause it if you want it. Right, now the next squad is SC Braga. You use Hassan, Sequeira, Xiao Nave, Paulinha, Fran Sergio, Wilson Eduardo, Galeno, Raul Wallace, Pablo Santos, and Thiago Sá for 6.5k. Your full player price is there. If you need it, then pause now. Moving on, the next two are Benfica and Sporting. Now, these are definitely two squads that you've heard of, so you expect these to be on the expensive side of things. However, you don't get the best of packs in return. So this one, you get Premium Election Players Pack, fairly decent. You need 11 of their players and 74 rating. So I believe that's the highest rating so far. And then for Sporting, you need 11 of their players, 71 rating. However, this one is quite expensive at the moment, if I'm right. Oh no, it's dropped in price. There's no worries. And in return, you get a Prime Silver Players Pack. So let's head back over the foot bin. So for Benfica, you can use Cal, De Thomas, Zivkovic, Chiquinho, Jedson Fernandez, Florentino, Almeida, Conti, Vlachodimos, Ferro, and Chervi for 6.5k. Your full player price list is there. If you need it, then pause now. Moving on, next squad, Sporting. Jovan Cabral, Luis Felipe, Rafael Camacho, Diaby, Dumbia, Eduardo Henrique, Jesse Coates, Ilori, Luis Neto, and Renan Ribeiro for 6.5k. Your full player price is there. If you need it, then pause now. Right, moving on. The final two squads, you've got Guimaraes and Setúbal. Now, for these two, you need 11 players from Guimaraes with 72 rating, and you get a small Prime Gold Players Pack. And then for Setúbal, you need 11 players, 68 rating, and you get a Premium Silver Players Pack, which again, pretty decent. However, that would be the final one, and then you'd get your player at the end, which I advise to get Battaglia. So the two squads you want to use are, for Guimaraes, you want Leo Bonatini, Alexandro Guedes, Wakazo, Andre, João Teixeira, Miguel Silva, Sacco Agu, Douglas, Pedro, Henrique, and Rafael Soares for 6k. The full player price is there. If you need it, then pause now. Then moving on to the final squad, Setúbal, you want Guedes, Nuno Valente, Luis Cortez, Federico Mendy, Pedroza, Leandro Vilela, Silvio, Baba Fernandez, Macaridze, Artur Jorga, and Mano for 4k, and your full player price is there. I'm going to leave that on screen and say to you, thanks for watching, and to drop a like, subscribe, and in the end, you have managed to get Battaglia or the other guy, but no one really cares. So thanks for watching, and peace out.